Browns QB through 5 training camp practices. Shedeur Sanders is 72 of 107, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. Deshawn Watson, he's 71 of 115, 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Dylan Gabriel is 40 of 58, 3 touchdowns, 3 INTs. Shadur has been putting on a show every practice. Day 5, the Browns training camp ended on a high note for the offense. Shadur hit Gage Lavardin for a touchdown on the final play as the offense went crazy.
Nobody wanted to say it out loud. Not the Cleveland media, not the NFL analysts who spent a whole year clowning him, and definitely not the people who told you he'd never see the field. Because right now, 5 practices into training camp, Shedeur Sanders is doing something nobody expected. He's not just competing, he's winning. But what happens next exposes something about this Browns quarterback room that a lot of people don't want you to know.
That rhythm and timing, bro, you can't compensate that. You know what I mean?
No.
For him being out for so long and then coming back, with all them injuries bogged down, I really don't think the race that damn close, me, myself. If y'all just want me to keep it 100, I don't think it's that close, bro. Man, I just think you giving Deshaun. I think y'all giving Deshaun the benefit of the doubt because of the money that he's making. But the eye test, when you out there, if you the head coach, if you tired monkey, man, you trying to win some damn games, Unc Ocho.
I agree.
Hey, Uncle Joe. Joe, I'm with you when you're right. You hear me? I want Shadur to start. I would love for him to pick up where we left off last year. You got to stop thinking like how we thinking.
How they thinking
outside. Yeah, you got to think like how them owners thinking, the one cutting them checks.
Let's start with the facts. Just the facts. Through 5 days of training camp, Shedeur Sanders is 72 of 107, 6 touchdowns, 1 interception. Now look at the other side of that quarterback room. Deshawn Watson, 71 of 115, 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Read that again. Shadur has more completions on fewer attempts, double the touchdowns, and 1/6 the interceptions. That's not a close battle. That's not competition. That's a rookie sending a message. And on day 5, he put an exclamation point on it. Final play of practice, Shadur drops back, finds Gage Larvadane in the end zone, and the entire offense loses its mind. Not a scripted moment, not a highlight reel stunt, just a young quarterback doing what he's been doing since day 1. Winning. And let's not forget who he's sharing that quarterback room with. Dylan Gabriel, another rookie, 40 of 58, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Solid numbers, respectable numbers. But even against another young arm fighting for the same job, Shadur still separates himself. Better completion percentage, better touchdown to interception ratio, better command of the offense every single day. This isn't a one-man show against a declining veteran. This is a quarterback beating every single competitor put in front of him, no matter their age, no matter their contract, no matter their draft pedigree. Now here's where things get crazy. The second these numbers hit the internet, the excuses started flying. It's just practice. The defense is scripted. You can't judge a quarterback off training camp reps. And look, there's truth in that. Every quarterback battle has context. But ask yourself this. If Deshaun was the one throwing 6 touchdowns and 1 pick, would anybody be talking about scripted defenses? Would anybody be bringing up, it's just practice? Or would every headline in America be screaming that the $230 million man is finally back? That's not even the most shocking part, because when Shadur balls out, it gets buried in fine print. When the money quarterback struggles, it gets wrapped in a dozen excuses before the ink even dries. That's the double standard nobody in that Cleveland front office wants to admit exists. Now here's where the real conversation starts, and it has nothing to do with talent. It has everything to do with dollars. The Browns owe Deshawn Watson a fully guaranteed contract, money that's already spent whether he plays well or not, and that changes everything about how this quarterback competition actually plays out behind closed doors. Because in the NFL, sometimes the best player on the field isn't the guy who gets the start. Sometimes it's about what a franchise has already invested. Now pay attention to this. Insiders are already putting the odds at better than 70% that Shadur starts week 1. 70% for a rookie against a former #1 overall pick making $46 million a year. That's not a coincidence. That's a talent gap so obvious the front office can't hide from it anymore.
His last season that he started, Joe, he led the league in passing yards. But the next year, remember now, he didn't play that year.
Right.
He sat out because that's when the news broke. So he sat out that year. Then he missed the first 11 games. Played 5 games. Comes back, gets hurt. Missed about 10, 11 games. Comes back, gets hurt.
Yeah.
So it's just hard to miss that kind of time at an athlete at this level.
Here's where the media's argument completely falls apart. Everybody wants to compare Deshawn Watson's resume to Shedur's rookie status, but let's actually look at that resume. The last full season Watson played, he led the entire league in passing yards. Nobody's denying that talent once existed, but then he missed a season entirely. Then he came back, played 5 games, got hurt, missed almost a dozen more games, came back again, got hurt again. That's not rust. That's years of lost rhythm, lost timing, lost chemistry with an entire offense. And rhythm in this league isn't something you can just switch back on. You either have it or you're searching for it in real time in front of 80,000 people. Meanwhile, Shadur started the final stretch of last season. He never lost that rhythm. He never had a chance to lose it. That's not even the most shocking part. Think about what it takes to walk into a starting job as a rookie in this league. No grace period, no easing in. Straight into the fire in one of the toughest divisions in football. And he responded by finishing that stretch strong enough that people around the building are still talking about it heading into this season. Now compare that continuity to a veteran who's had to relearn timing with an entirely new group of receivers over and over again every time his body allowed him back on the field. That's not a knock on Watson's career. That's just reality. And reality is exactly what should be deciding this quarterback competition, not a contract signed years ago. Now, let's talk about style, because this is where Shadur separates himself. He's not Josh Allen, he's not Lamar Jackson running through defenses. He's a pocket passer, old school, precision over chaos. Some people call that boring, but the greatest quarterbacks in league history built dynasties on exactly that skill set. Quick reads, quick release, getting the ball out before pressure even arrives. That's not a limitation, that's a blueprint. And when a rookie shows that kind of poise under center in the middle of a legitimate quarterback controversy, that's not luck. That's preparation nobody saw coming. Here's the part almost nobody is talking about. Deshawn Sanders showed up to watch practice, talking with his son, walking the field, presence, not interference. And the Browns' own head coach came out afterward and said he was glad to have him there. Think about that for 1 second. After everything that's been said, after everything that's been written about the Sanders family over the last year, the organization is choosing to embrace it, not run from it. That's not weakness. That's an organization realizing exactly what it has on its hands. And there's another piece to this story that gets buried every single time. The receivers on this roster are not staying silent about what's happening in that quarterback room. One veteran wideout, a former Bolitnikoff Award winner, has already been called out publicly to step up his game this season. And the expectation from teammates is simple. Whoever's throwing the ball, be ready to make the play. That's the mentality building inside that locker room right now. Not politics, not favoritism, just players watching a young quarterback earn trust, 1 rep at a time.
Now, when he's not playing well and we behind the 8 ball, and not giving us as a team a chance to win, then I'm making a move.
Well, listen.
I think, you know what, Ocho? I think because they want to get off to a start, because they know if they start off slow based on that division, based on the AFC, they're not going to be able to make it up. I think they're leaning towards, I would say there's better than a 70% chance that Shadur starts.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, I don't know. It's a good one.
Because I think the thing is not, Ocho, I think they thinking they can win some games. Hey, we can win some games here.
Absolutely.
Defensively,
listen,
they locked down Denzel Ward. They got Jared Verse, who's looking for a contract. He see where these numbers are going. So I expect him. He's not Myles Garrett, but he ain't no damn slouch.
Yeah, low.
And I think he's going to have a hell of a
The
season.
receivers are noticing too. Guys are quietly gravitating toward throwing extra reps with Shadur after practice, building chemistry when the cameras aren't even rolling. Nobody in that building wants to say it publicly because it's not their decision. But you don't build extra trust with a backup. You build it with the guy you think is about to be your guy. And what happened next left Browns fans stunned. Fan pages, message boards, national NFL shows all flooded with the same message. The kid is different. So here's where we land. A rookie outperforming a $230 million veteran through 5 practices. A front office suddenly staring at numbers they can't spend. An organization that owes one quarterback the money, but might owe the other quarterback the job. That's not a controversy. That's a countdown. Because every single day Shedeur Sanders keeps showing up and keeps producing, the pressure on that Cleveland front office gets heavier. And pressure has a way of forcing decisions nobody wants to make. Whether you love Shedeur Sanders or you're still holding on to doubt, one thing is becoming impossible to deny. Every single time they counted him out, he answered with the ball in his hands. Every single time the noise got louder, his stats got better. And now, 5 practices into his rookie training camp, he's not fighting for a roster spot anymore. He's fighting for a franchise's future. That's the story nobody predicted heading into this season, and that might be the most dangerous thing of all for anybody still betting against him. If this breakdown opened your eyes, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because this quarterback battle in Cleveland is just getting started, and you do not want to miss what happens next.